Look, we all have problems in this life. It's a part of being human. But sometimes those problems start to really get to you. They can feel overwhelming, like a heavy weight on your shoulders. They can shake you up, mess with your head, and disturb your whole way of thinking. It's like your mind is constantly racing, and you can't find a moment of peace. You start to feel off, like something ain't right. It's a nagging feeling that you just can't shake. We're going to dive deep into some signs, some red flags, that might mean you're wrestling with some psychological issues. These signs can be subtle or glaringly obvious. In this video, we're going to lay it all out on the table. We're not holding back. We're going to talk about 10 specific signs that something deeper might be going on. These signs can help you understand what you're experiencing. And more importantly, I'm going to tell you what you can do about it. Because recognizing the problem is just the first step. Taking action is what really matters. Let's talk about self-hatred. We all have moments of self-doubt, sure. But when you're constantly beating yourself up, telling yourself you're worthless, that's a problem. This kind of thinking eats you up from the inside out. You start to believe those negative thoughts, and they become your reality. Just because you think it doesn't make it true. If you're constantly looking in the mirror and hating what you see, you need to ask yourself why. This self-hatred is a symptom, a sign that something deeper is going on. Let's talk about avoidance. It's a common reaction when life gets tough, but it's not a solution. This is when you try to run from your problems instead of facing them head-on. You might think you're escaping, but you're only delaying the inevitable. Maybe you're sleeping 10 hours a day, hoping you'll wake up and everything will be magically fixed. But deep down, you know that's not how it works. Or you're eating your feelings, stuffing down the emotions with junk food. It might feel comforting in the moment, but it doesn't solve anything. Maybe you're hitting the bottle a little too hard, using alcohol or drugs to escape reality. This temporary relief can lead to bigger problems down the road. Avoidance doesn't make the problem go away. It just bottles it up inside, letting it fester and grow. The more you avoid, the more overwhelming it becomes. You can't run from your problems forever. They will catch up with you, no matter how fast or far you try to go. It takes courage to confront what's hurting you, but it's the only way to truly heal. Facing your problems head-on is the first step towards finding peace and resolution. Let's talk about relationships. When you're constantly at odds with everyone around you, when every interaction feels like a battle, it's time to take a step back and ask yourself why. Are you quick to anger? Do you push people away before they can hurt you? Are you feeling isolated? Maybe you're carrying around past hurts that are preventing you from forming healthy relationships. Or perhaps you're struggling with your own sense of self-worth. When your relationships are consistently fraught with conflict, it's time to take a hard look at what's really going on. You deserve to have fulfilling connections. Obsessions and anxiety. These are like uninvited guests that just won't leave. They take over your mind, making it impossible to focus on anything else. You might find yourself replaying the same conversation over and over in your head. Or maybe you're plagued by worries, constantly anticipating the worst-case scenario. When anxiety starts to control your life, it's time to get help. You don't have to live like this. There are ways to manage anxiety and regain control of your life. Let's talk about fear. Fear can keep you safe from harm, but it can also hold you back from living your best life. When fear takes over, it can paralyze you, making it impossible to take risks or pursue your dreams. Fear whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, that you're going to fail. But here's the thing, you are stronger than your fear. You have the power to choose courage over comfort. Step outside of your comfort zone and create the life you've always wanted. Addictions. Addiction isn't just about drugs and alcohol. It can be anything that you use to numb the pain, to escape from reality. Maybe it's food, gambling, work, or even a relationship. Addiction is about seeking comfort in something outside of yourself. Addiction is a disease, and like any disease, it requires treatment. It takes courage to admit you have a problem and to ask for help. Recovery is possible. You can break free from the chains of addiction and reclaim your life. Life throws curveballs, unexpected challenges that can leave us feeling lost and disoriented. Sometimes you go through things that knock you down, that shake you to your core, leaving you questioning everything. But if you find yourself stuck in a rut, unable to move on from a negative experience, it could be a sign that you're struggling to adapt. Maybe you're replaying the same painful memories over and over in your head, unable to escape the loop of sorrow. Or perhaps you've withdrawn from life, isolating yourself from friends and family, creating a barrier between you and the world. It's okay to grieve, to feel the pain, to allow yourself time to heal. Healing is a process that takes time and patience, but holding on to the past, letting it define your present and your future, that's not living. It's merely existing in a shadow of what was. You deserve to experience joy again, to find love, to create new memories. Embrace the future with open arms and let go of the past. Your body is constantly talking to you, sending you signals. Sometimes, those signals come in the form of disruptions to your normal routines. Maybe you're sleeping too much, or not at all. Your appetite has vanished, or you find yourself craving sugary, fatty foods. You're withdrawing from social events, isolating yourself from the people who care about you. These changes in your behavior can be signs that something's not right. When these disruptions become the norm, it's time to pay attention. Your body is trying to tell you something. Don't ignore those signals. Social media, magazines, television, we're bombarded with images of perfection every single day. It's easy to get caught up in the comparison trap, to look at other people's highlight reels and feel like your own life pales in comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's carefully curated highlight reels. Remember, everyone is fighting their own battles. Just because someone appears to have it all together on the outside doesn't mean they don't have their own share of problems behind closed doors. Life is full of little annoyances. But if you find yourself constantly overreacting to these minor setbacks, it could be a sign that something bigger is going on. Maybe you get incredibly frustrated when someone cuts you off in traffic, or you have a meltdown over a misplaced set of keys. This kind of hypersensitivity can be exhausting, both for you and for the people around you. Remember, you have the power to choose your reactions. You can choose to let the small stuff roll off your back, or you can choose to let it ruin your day. Look, we've covered a lot of ground today, and I know it can be overwhelming, but the most important thing to remember is this: you are not alone. Millions of people struggle with their mental health, and there is no shame in asking for help. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to be happy. If you recognize any of these signs in your life, please reach out to a mental health professional. They can provide you with the support and guidance you need to start feeling better. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health.